Hello, Donit here, and today we are continuing in our journey in the new order and new millennium. So, let's start. Well, this is where we ended, so let's continue with the war in the Burgundy with the SS and our commission with the protest and many things has happened. So let's deal with the protest. No negotiations with the traitors. Enough of this nonsense already. Liberals, Bolsheviks, national traitors and other Jewish conspirators have no place at the negotiations table. The party is meant to lead Germany with its infinite wisdom, and our people are there to follow and listen. This country belongs to the true mass race, not to the communist or Zionist. If they want, if they, if the socialists and other national traitors won't listen, we will make them listen. Okay. The party leadership becomes more conservative. The protest escalation will increase. Constitutional rights. Constitutional rights. What are they? Wait a minute. Okay, so we don't want these constitutional rights. They allow free speech. We don't want that. They're gonna ruin our country. So no. No? No. What? Oh my. I? Oh my. Well, I did not know. Did not knew that these things were here. Music, new order. The coalition, the national parliament in Hamburg, has gathered to vote on expand Canadian constitutional rights. Resolution we will observe and debate closely and have to choose our side carefully. Other nations within our diplomatic sphere will likely be influenced by our stance on the topic as well. The Canadian Assembly will be heated in tension, this is for sure. I didn't look at here. Well, let's read it. Push what? Okay, this is a good photo. It has been a harrowing few weeks in Germany, but the fears and worries of the German people may finally be put to rest, as German forces are now once again entering the former lands of Black State of Burgundy. Our journey there will be harrowing. We will have to deal with not only Gundrun Bolshevik SS insurgents, but also unsympathetic locals, logistics, and of course, and the morale of German people. We need to do everything in our power to reinforce the Burgundian garrison and avoid an SS takeover at all costs. Signs will be make another full invasion of Burgundy like last decade necessary, which would be a crippling blow to our government. Well, now we know what happens. So, we want that. It is gonna be a blow for the reformist faction. The students once those are docile, and appearing to the content have now been taken to the streets as they did in the early 60s, 70s, and after the Second West Russian War, with almost as such ferocity as before. But something fundamental has changed. It are no longer just radical attitudes. No, it seemed as if the protests enjoy large support among the middle class, and even some party members. They demand many things: liberal reforms, free speech, and freedom of press, to name a few. We can choose to calm them down and negotiate with them, or we can crush these sparks of disorder, as we did in the past. We have to act quickly before the situation gets out of control. Rising protest escalation will make a negotiation with the protester impossible and lead to their radicalization. Failing to react to the protest will lower our social stability, weakening the very core of our nation. I'll now see. Okay, crack down on the protest. You want it? Oh, I guess you want it. We want to be more conservative. And that's is gonna be here. And I made it easier for Burgundy. I made them 4 states in Burgundy because they sympathize with the SS. We learn now. So yeah, they have it easier. No resistance for them. Okay, I can probably help now. Oh no, the SS is coming for us. Is the SS pushing? Go back to your pits. No. Go to Wirten. Go to Wirten, I said. Go to fucking Wirten. Where? No. Terrorist. I cannot find it anywhere. Terror in Nuremberg. Martin paced from one end of the subway station to the other. His frustration grew each time he reached another end. Why hadn't the damn subway arrived yet? He wondered angrily. His mind wandered to the constant excitement in the streets, bragging about how the German subway always ran on time. Well, that's a lie. Well, that was obviously a lie. The times had been getting worse ever since the Volksschale bombing, with each subway being searched thoroughly for any Burgundian warriors. Inside them, Martin glanced up at the massive clock that hung above the station on the wall. It was well past 11 now, almost reaching noon. He looked at the television that also hung above the station. It was the average news about progress in Burgundy, some air about result in Ukraine. Yeah, Ukraine. Where was I? Yes. And even ad for sausages. Yeah, Deutsch quality. It was Franconia. After all, a crowd of people began to emerge in front of the television. Martin looked up from his cell phone and up towards the television again. What he saw was shocking. A massive attack just happened not 30 minutes ago. A subway full of passengers was fired upon by a man inside the subway believed to be an agent of the terrorist werewolf movement. The TV continued. Martin's stomach turned. The picture showed the subway he was supposed to get on. He could see white body bags being pulled on the television. As frightened chattering broke out among the crowd around him. My husband was on that subway. A woman squealed nervously. My cousin was supposed to get on there a few minutes ago, a man cried. The murmurs grew to yell at it as people began piling up the station to grab taxis or anything else to get to their destination, home, or even to help their possibly wounded or their family members at the next station. Soon only Martin and few others were left, transfixed on the television. It's only getting worse. Everything English, the terrorists are coming. They're coming for me. They're trying to kill me. Oh.
Ihre Befehle.
No negotiation with traitors. Isn't there? Party radical. What is this? Is this a response? Ah. Okay. Always force. The crisis accelerates, okay. Oh, I was supposed to do this? Okay, let's read this. With the immediate aftermath of the Volkshalle bombing, we must find and stop at nothing at finding the ringleaders of the Burgundian werewolves, who ordered and planned out these dastardly attacks against our great nation. We will deploy any usable resource necessary, whether police, military, and intelligence, in hunting them down and neutralizing them before they strike us again. Good, Russia is winning. Don't you dare destroy him. He's too young for you.
Ausrücken! Ausrücken!
Take Nancy, it's your capital! I'm making this more realistic. If an SS rolls up, you know, SS is an elite force. It's stronger than Wehrmacht. The Wehrmacht. It's Wehrmacht. So, you know, they're making it stronger. Well, not stronger, but realistic. I can talk in English. Okay, but please. Yeah, no. At large, okay, fun shopping night. At large shopping mall in Hamburg, visitors were hired by a strange group of men to revive the true Germany and down with Judeo-Bolshevik capitalism. Local security attempted to expel the group from the boiling resist and were thus arrested by the Hamburg Oppo. Multiple leaflets and flags of amateur quality were seized, containing symbols used by Martin Bormann, a major opponent of Jewish Peresania, and harsh condemnation of German society. What about Göring? There's no Göring here. The inspiration, although not possible direct influence of Gunther Dexter, is almost certain. Germany's most prominent critic of consumerism. As it seems, this group, although unorganized and not openly militant, is far from the only one of its kind. Similar events have occurred in other major cities, each incident involving anti-consumerist activity. Bankers have been threatened and store owners of foreign company branch defamed. For now, these are nothing more than strongly worded letters and minor inconsistencies, but their potential is worrying. It is without a doubt that the willingness of Germania to spend and earn money has steadily increased over the last years. Advertisements now seem to shine on every street and blaring from every radio. The shopping centers grow larger yet fill even denser with the crowds. Some may call this a moral decline of Germany, while others place it is a pillar of economic prosperity. We go with Denska now. Next turn we go with Nuke. Well, nothing much has happened. The SS is SS. This is not fair. Oh, no! What you doing? You have a tank division right there. You can encircle that. Yes, yes, yes! AE, B, Mudri, be smart. Oh, this is not fair! Okay, let's continue. Looks like this division is going to die. Kill it. Yes. Good idea, Burgundy. Oh! Well, finally it's going to be a challenge. Oh no, it's not going to be a challenge. He destroyed the two divisions. Oh, they can hold. Don't you dare take that. Well, they won't capitulate. Who's the aggressor? Burgundy or we? Ah, this is not fair. Well, at least. Well. Huh. Okay. Let's read this. Next time I play them. Yeah, I will play as Burgundian and I will hold out in these provinces, capitulate this Burgundy, and then when the war escalates, I will win these. Wait, she was captured. Many lives the end of the Burgundian War. Well, this is gonna be a photo. Many lives were lost. The already impoverished lands of Burgundy lie in ruins. The remote forest and alpine foothills have been struck by countless waves of bombardment. Entire towns razed to the ground by ruthless SS. Not a day passed without mourning and public honoring of fallen by fewer spear. Unlike the rather quick 1996, this was not swift. It was a fucking easy organized takeover, but rather an exhausting war of attrition which the Wehrmacht had not planned for. I want a focus for Burgundy. In the end, however, it was worth it. Gundrun Himmler finalized in German captivity, which is a lie. The last traces of Schnetzschäfel destroyed, that's a lie. And most importantly, the people of Burgundy no longer hated by the reigns of the new order, that's a lie too. Many questions are still left, however. For example, the extremely quick resurgence of SS, their foreign backers, and means of funding. Many mistakes have been made in aftermath of the initial invasion. The potential of Schnetzschäfel remnants underestimated. Eventually, these matters will be dealt with. For now, the people of France, Germany, and Burgundy can rest easy. For the demons of past have finally been condemned to hell. Okay. That's a lie. Himmel's trails of suffering is final. A lie. You cannot. Come on. You see these? It is. Paris S. Well, look at that! The bye-byes like the focuses. Okay, let's continue. Wait, I didn't read. The horrific attack on Germany by the SS werewolf needs a response in a harsh one. We need to up surveillance on suspected individuals who hide among our people. We need to up concentration, and we need to patrol the various nights to ensure that terrorists and the sympathizers cannot recruit or propagandize on their sites. Every German must know they are either with us or with the terrorists. Reconstruction of Burgundy? Much work lies ahead of us. The people of Burgundy deserve peace. The Iceland, the reconstruction of Burgundy, Franco-German divine, and the Black State. Look at that, the SS is still in. Oh yeah, easy then. Well, no need to feed. They could come for you, they could come for me. The terrorists are everywhere. Be vigilant. These are words and phrases Germans must hear. They must know that the terror threat is real, and using some public fear never fails to work. We must create an environment where no terrorists can hide away, as any suspicious individuals will be reported to the police. You see this? An SS werewolf is talking to me now. Environmental effort. Stupid, stupid, stupid. I don't know. Is there gonna be someone? Probably not. I don't know. Oh man, this must be a heated debate. For Schwarz, it was not even a battle. It was nothing. Where are the challenges? The Asia Desposen. Germany has two enemies. On one side the SS werewolf and human terrorists. On the other, the liberal protesters seeking to destroy the German nation and to implement their Bolshevik ideas. They are two sides of the same coin, the same beast with two faces. It will not be too outlandish to suggest that an alliance between them exists, but they are a pact of forces seeking to bring down the Reich. We must show to them Who believe that the protest movement is just an extension of the Brexit's grip. The Burgundian, they must not be allowed to do more harm our people. Like, to harm our people. Can you hear me? 1, 2, 3? Of course you can. Hello, 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 hello. This is Deutsch. Pate, pate. I can speak in German now. Yeah, you see that? Okay, can you hear me now better? I hope so. Invasion team. What the hell? We have managed. Come on! At least make your demo better. We have managed to find the location of the leader of the SS Werewolf. It seems as if they are protected by him-related insurgents in Burgundy. I didn't gain the deep forest, but the Black State's remnants will pose no resistance to us. A superpower with all of Europe behind us, still a risky task lies ahead of us. We must attack, capture, and execute the SS Werewolf's leadership by sending a strike team to their headquarters. Under the codename Neptune's Spear, a special forces strike team will send deep into enemy territory, chopping off the snake's head. Come on, I can make a better name, like codename Germania Future. Future, Germania's future. Yeah, it sounds better. It has a meaning. What is this? The economy matter of immigration. With the economy at an all-time high, a major problem has struck Germany: overemployment. Since the last 2 decades, Germany has generously given out visas to foreign workers for specialized experts and skilled laborers are imported from across the Europact and beyond, contributing greatly to our prosperity. In some cities, for example in highly internationally connected Hamburg, and ethnic non-Germans make up as much as 10% of the population. Primarily they originate from Eastern Europe and other Europact nations. An entirely different group, however, are the Burgundians, which did not immigrate out of economic opportunities, but out of the catastrophic conditions in Burgundy itself. Many of these immigrants face harsh reprisals in their daily life. Authorities constantly turn a blind eye to certain dissidents, especially since the rise of wanton Metzger, while some cities like the reformist like Frankfurt or Hamburg are relatively welcoming to foreigners due to Nuremberg treat non-Germans as second-class citizens. Wait a minute, due to the reformist ground-winding administration, others like Danzig or Nuremberg treat non-Germans as second-class citizens. However, the current methods has faced heavy criticism from both reformist and conservative directions. Obviously, the Hitler strictly opposes immigration, not even within the Reichslanders or the Pact. The central wing is somewhat more nuanced from these people, such as influential billionaire Gerhard Frey supporting immigration in reasonable manner, others differentiating harshly between European and non-European foreigners. Schroeder, Kohle and other reformers have pushed for further integration and opportunities for non-Germans. This is the 21st century. Some might not like it, but each generation of Czechoslovakia will not advance Germany. You don't know that. Okay, as little as possible and if only from Europact nation. Okay, that sounds, but we want for that cut, so this is what Hitler wanted. We want for the Führerrat from Hitler. Look at that! I somehow got 548 political power, and I did absolutely nothing. Okay, boom. Yeah. Okay, very good. Okay, you did not saw anything. Did not as well, Wolf? Come on, yes, I'm still in Germany. The Burgundian suffering. The root of the SS Werewolf. In the search for culprits of the Volksschale bombing, the ones pulling the strings behind the network that was the SS Werewolf office Kruger had visited the most poor, most rotten, most hopeless place across the country. Despite the enormous rise of living standards, productivity, and innovation, there remained those left behind by Germany's miserable growth. They had become disillusioned with promises of wealth and stability. This is a French accent. Oops. Without work, without any faith in their future, their frustration grew. Their dreams had been crushed, and soon they turned bitter and envious. From the improvisations youth, a lost generation had formed out of them. The SS Werewolf arose. In the outskirts of Strasbourg, it all seemed to merge into a gigantic slum of stagnation, abandonment, and crime. It was not a coincidence that the SS Werewolf formed here. An apartment block, a spray-painted black sun covering its concrete walls, stood empty as evidence suggested the SS Werewolf had first gathered here during the late 90s. Judging by the symbols, they had not even tried to hide their activities, but it was also possible that sympathizers had painted them. After all, in this area, they were viewed as heroes striking fear into the hated middle class and political elite. After the burning was abandoned, Kruger found ammunition and weapons in a locked room in the basement. They seemed to be much more ordered than any wealth of activity, however. It was a secret weapon storage from the Civil War, which the terrorists had used later. This must have been led by Heydrich's troops during the German Civil War. Yeah, the Speer! Speer is the true enemy. Organized crime problem found in Central America and in the metropolis of the United States, Japan and China, not in Germany. There were no cartels, there was no mafia, no yakuza, no triads. Sure, like everywhere else, the law was broken sometimes. Some unfortunate souls entered the realm of drugs and violence day by day, year by year. But in comparison to most of the world, it was surprisingly low. What caused this? Surveillance, economic upheaval, education. Germany was not perfect, but it was safe. Of course, this was too good to be true. During the 90s and Burgundian refugee criminal gangs had risen in the walls ditches of German cities, just Straßenbanden, taking over poor neighborhoods. They were and are mainly based around drugs and prostitution. Officer Kruger had recently been informed about a major raid on a Straßenbande hideout in Breslau. The police had expected to find drugs and regular firearms. Instead, an entire room full of military-grade equipment, weapons, and explosives was seized. Even more shocking, the SS Werewolf symbol, the Black Sun, had been carved on the item's packages. The question of the weapon's origins remains. With the Polish border nearby, it is quite possible they did not originate from Germany itself, however their agriculture had come from Silesia or Saxony. Well, okay, let's go with it. Burgundy suffering. If there was a place that could be itself more suitable. I don't want to read. Each of them was present with Bureau of Anti-terrorism. Each of them was present with a large list of all the suspected members of werewolf network. The results were disappointing. None of us seemed to even know who the S were or had heard of the Volkshalle bombing. Holger was about to leave. He was wasting his time as an elderly man attracted to his attention. Judging by his language and behavior, he was not a Burgundian. He was a local from Westphalia. He had not experienced Himmler's reign and not lived in Burgundy. Still, he appeared as sickly and meager as the rest. For Schwarz? Is that Burgundy? Oh. Yeah, it is 2001. Happy New Year! I like this music. Oh, I can play a game. Let's play a game. Oh, okay, not now. There's nothing. I don't know. Failure, more failures and failures. Disappointing, everything is disappointing. I was just trying. Okay, let's play a game. The crystal problem? Crystal. Police document for the pure and inner administration only. Sadly, okay, crystal, okay, some everything, Himmler's regime, productivity, okay, Burgundian people from SS, you, order start, soon improvised, work power and charging grams. German national powers defeated Burgundian refugees and drivers musical by poor, mostly homeless Germans. As of now, the crystal is most possible illegal drug in territory of Germany and many countries in the I did not read that. Population become everybody become. Can somebody tell me what does mean unbekannt? What does that even mean? Yes. Oh, it paused. What time is it? Oh, well, okay, this focus is completed, and I will have to end this episode part. Well, I will see you in the next part. So we have done not much. Like, this was a boring episode. Nothing has happened. Only that the war ended, which is fake. Everything is fake. You're fake. You too. And for Schwarz. I guess he won't die. Okay, so I will see you in the next part. Bye bye!